international business, communication is critical for success. So over the next month, we're going to go through a series of videos talking about how we can communicate better, both domestically and internationally. As you can imagine, internationally is even more challenging. Think about it this way, the communication model is pretty simple. I have an idea and I want to share it with you. I figure out how to encode the message, what channel I want to use. Do I want to text you, email you, call you, or do a face-to-face meeting? And then use that medium, send the message over to the other party, and then it gets decoded. And hopefully there'll be feedback. But just in simple conversations like, hey, I am hungry. What does that mean? Do I want to eat right now? Am I asking you for food? Do you want to go to a restaurant? Am I telling you that I'm not eating enough? You can see how important it is to get that feedback. And unfortunately, though, in international environments, we have great distances between each other. We have a lot of obstacles. Those obstacles could be language, business practices, cultural nuances, but also we have the issues of basically pride. We have issues of failure to empathize with the other person. All these obstacles will make it more difficult for the two parties to communicate internationally. So what we have to do is what we got to do is a paradigm. We have a paradigm how we communicate. And to effectively communicate, meaning to get results, we have to do a paradigm shift. We have to have the ability to empathize with the other party. We need to walk in their shoes. Now, this is one of those things that's easily said and not so easily done. Often we sympathize with other people. Oh, I feel terrible about that. Oh, that's bad. I can understand. Empathy is really, truly being in their position. Can you imagine living far away, not speaking English, being a small to medium-sized company? You're afraid of getting ripped off. Can we really empathize with them? So our job is to truly have empathy and change the way we communicate. I'll give you a simple example with Stephen Covey, how we can use empathy to understand listeners better. First, there's a guy, say, my age, maybe the age of 50 years old, and he's in New York City. He jumps on the local subway. He's dressed in nice clothes, sports coat, and gets on the train. He's carrying his newspaper. He sits down. As we all know, we get on a subway. It's kind of a private little dojo. We sit there and we do our own thing. A couple stops later, all of a sudden, a gentleman gets on the train. He's got 3, maybe 4 kids. Those kids are the ages between 14 and 5 years old. And those kids are running up and down the train, knocking into everybody, really not paying attention, and actually being quite crazy. A lot of people go, oh, passive-aggressive, or get frustrated, get mad, but don't do anything. Have negative thoughts. Well, finally, this nice gentleman says, oh, I should say something. He reaches over, touches the guy on the shoulder, and says, excuse me, sir. Your children are running around crazy and they're disrupting people on the train. Very nice, very direct, very assertive. The gentleman says, oh, I'm sorry, kind of coming out of a stupor. We just came back from the hospital and their mother died and I haven't told them yet. That's a paradigm shift. One minute we think he's a terrible person, a bad parent, or very selfish, doesn't care about the other passenger on the train. The next moment when we hear the story, our heart breaks. We have a father of 4 children who doesn't have any mother anymore, and he hasn't had the time to tell him. When we do international business, you have to have that paradigm shift. If you can't, you're going to have a lot of problems, because when I'm talking as a middle-aged American, I'm talking from my field of experience. Likewise, when you receive the information, it's going to be your field of experience. Over the next month or so, we'll tell you a bunch of techniques that will probably help you effectively communicate to get results and make more money for you and your international partners. Hope that helps. Good luck.